Look at the screen in front of you. Right now, this very second, you probably feel like you're experiencing the present moment in real time, that what you see is what's happening right now. But I need to tell you something uncomfortable. You are wrong. You are not living in the present, you are living in the past, and not by some tiny, unnoticeable fraction. Your brain is running approximately 80 milliseconds behind reality. That means everything you see, hear, and feel right now already happened, like almost a tenth of a second ago. The present you think you're experiencing doesn't actually exist anymore. It's gone. And what you have is a ghost, a replay, a carefully constructed illusion that your brain feeds you every single waking moment of your life. Now, you might be thinking, Artinks, 80 milliseconds, that's nothing. That's basically real time, right? But think about it differently. If you're driving at 60 miles per hour, 80 milliseconds of delay means your brain is perceiving a version of the road that's already about 7 feet behind where it actually is. Your entire sensory experience of the world is a delayed broadcast. And the craziest part, your brain knows this, and it hides it from you. Here's how it actually works. When light enters your eye, it hits the retina at the back. That information gets converted into electrical signals and sent down the optic nerve through the thalamus and into the visual cortex at the back of your brain. That journey takes time. Then your brain has to process that information, identify objects, assign colors, detect motion, and construct a coherent visual scene. That takes even more time. Dr. David Eagleman, a neuroscientist at Stanford University, has spent years studying this exact phenomenon. His research has shown that the total processing pipeline from photon hitting your eye to conscious perception takes roughly 80 milliseconds, sometimes more depending on the complexity of the scene. And that's just vision. Sound takes even longer in some cases. Touch signals travel even slower. But here's where it gets truly strange. Why don't you notice this delay? Why doesn't the world feel laggy? Why doesn't it feel like you're watching a video with a bad connection? And this is the part that should keep you up tonight. Your brain doesn't just passively accept the delay, it actively covers it up. Your brain backdates your conscious perception. Let me say that again because it's one of the most unsettling discoveries in modern neuroscience. Your brain takes the delayed signal, and when it finally presents it to your conscious awareness, it timestamps it as if it happened right now. It literally falsifies the timestamp of your reality. You are being lied to by your own nervous system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from the moment you open your eyes in the morning until the moment you fall asleep at night. In the 1980s, a neuroscientist named Benjamin Libet conducted a series of experiments at the University of California, San Francisco, that would change how we understand consciousness forever. Libet measured the timing of conscious awareness versus neural activity. What he found was astonishing. The brain's readiness potential, the electrical signal that precedes a voluntary action like moving your finger, began about 350 milliseconds before you consciously decided to move. But even more relevant to our topic, Libet discovered that conscious awareness of a sensory stimulus was backdated. The brain registered the signal earlier than it actually reached consciousness. It retroactively adjusted your experience of time. Now let me give you an even more disturbing example. Think about a thunderstorm. You see a flash of lightning, and then a few seconds later, you hear the thunder. You know intellectually that light travels faster than sound. But what happens when the delay is much smaller? What about when someone claps their hands right in front of you? The visual signal reaches your brain faster than the auditory signal. There's a small but real desync, so why don't you see the clap before you hear it? Because your brain waits. It holds back the faster visual signal until the slower auditory signal arrives. Then it presents both to you simultaneously. It synchronizes them, and in doing so, it pushes your entire experience of that moment slightly further into the past. This is called temporal binding. And it means your brain is constantly buffering reality, editing it, synchronizing different streams of data, and then serving you a final cut that feels seamless, but is actually a construction, a masterpiece of post-production that you never asked for and can never opt out of. So, what does this actually mean for you, for your life, for your sense of being a person moving through the real world? Well, here's the uncomfortable truth. Every reaction you've ever had, every dodge of a falling object, every conversation you've navigated, all of it happened on a version of reality that no longer existed. You've been catching balls that were already in a different position. You've been responding to words that were already spoken and gone. You are, in a very real and scientific sense, a ghost living inside your own skull, watching a beautifully edited replay of a world that has already moved on without you. And yet, and this is the part that breaks my heart a little, you still reach out, you still try to connect, you still fall in love and cry at movies and laugh at jokes, all while knowing that even your emotions are arriving late. The world is already gone by the time you feel it, but you feel it anyway. And maybe that's the most human thing about us. Not that we perceive reality perfectly, but that we keep trying to touch something that's already slipped away.